4-man mosh pit followed by a tomb. Oh no!
Oh, here's Light Bomb coming in on the Genji, and that's a 5-man Light Bomb. They're gonna follow up, and they're gonna get 1, 2, 3 kills.
And it's gonna be everybody dying. Oh my god, when does this happen? Everybody's dead!
G'day. I am the Line Boss, once again back with a Nexus Gaming Series cast. I don't know what happened for this one. I'm gonna be honest. There's like no map. There's no bans showing on the website. I'm so confused. There's no map bans. Like, there's no heroes profile links. Like, I have no clue what happened, but hell, it should be interesting. Because we have a Division D West game. Not often that I venture down into D West. It is probably one of the least casted divisions, I'd imagine, but that's purely because I did a lot of work in Div C, so that's why it's not Div C and it's Div D. I may touch Div D more next season when it comes to regular season. However, I went to go say Frogun versus Lowered Expectations. Well, I had to reverse the order on the actual stream because, well, I opened up the first match and found out the teams decided to switch sides, which is always fun, but hey, I just forgot to update the title because sometimes I'm a bit lazy. But no, we do have this match. It should be a good one. Again, I don't know what maps were banned. It happens. All I do know is we have Dragonshire as map number 1, which I'm always a fan of. But right, without too much further ado, let me get into the game and get it rolling, shall we? When it decides to work for me. There we go, excellent. Right.
Prepare for combat.
So on the side of, zooming in, Lowered Expectations, we have Dingo on the Stitches, Warwolf Valor, Kid Canuck on, Canuck? On the, I should know this character, I play it, Rexar, Pterosaur on the Malfurion, and Dev Zero on the Chromie Venom. On the right hand side, we have Dicello on the Stuk. No, that's not Stuk. That's Karazim. Pentamachina on the Joanna. Shogun Misa Zul. John Lotz on the Tyrande. And Shogun Misa on the Mephisto. So interesting good first comp. We do see that first hit goes over to the Owl, and you know what we say about Owl hitting. That's the GG. That team wins. But we have to see where it goes. So we do see Stun coming out. Kick and Nook is going to back up. The back foot is going to see what they can do. Shogun Misa doing a decent amount, but taking a decent amount as well. And these waves are getting cleared out relatively quickly. And I hope my mic is picking me up properly, because I did mess with things recently. Because I'm like, oh, it's peaking a bit. I'm like, oh, okay, jeez. Oh, Pentamachina getting very low, but doesn't quite go down. The heal comes out by John Lotz in time. Meanwhile, Pterosaur is forced out by Dicello. Dicello is going to keep running at them. No. They got hit with a decent Chromie combo and decided that's enough of that. Chromie setting up Hourglass's bushes. And once again, we get very aggressive rotation. Chromie nearly actually takes out Shogun Misa with a W. We see Blind coming out, Stun coming out from John Lotz, and a lot of damage actually coming out in general. So we have Vala mid, Bruises top, and then 2 Freemans running at each other. Alright, let's have a look at what's happening. I see. Oh, Shogun Misa relatively low, gets hit by the hook right as he goes back. Unfortunately, not enough damage to kill them. Well, unfortunately for Dingo, not enough damage to kill them. Very fortunate for Shogun Misa, because that would have been a nice little momentum change. Well, that'd pick up momentum for Lowered Expectations. In terms of quests, sorry, I've just looked at things now. We have Globe Quest Stitches, Hungry for More. Yeah, Hungry for More at level 1. We also have the Vala going Creed of a Hunter. I think it's Creed of a Hunter, yep. And Joanna is stacking Laws of Hope. Interesting to not see that kind of double blind you see a lot often, especially if there's auto attack Vala on the field. But no, it looks like the team is forced off. Rexar has been picking up double soak in the meantime, and they really need to get Misha on the point now. Yep, which they do. We do see Dicello actually relatively low, but doesn't quite go down. No one could finish them. And yet we can see top is being flipped. So the pressure is off the 4-man of Lowered Expectations a little there. Warwolf already getting the first 50 stacks of their quest. Already getting that first bit complete. Does Stitches have hook? No. Where is... Oh, Malfurion is still coming back. Very aggressive positioning still from lowered expectations considering the healer isn't here, and it looks like we're going to have Dingo die for it. However, Rexar does get the Dragon Knight for that. Like, yeah, sure, you lost 2 heroes. You did get DK. The question is, how much value can they get out of this DK now? Not a lot. Oh, Pentamachina, you've made an interesting choice, bud. Pterosaur, go to your left. Yes, Pterosaur. No, Pterosaur. Oh, Rexar can't be happy with that one. Yeah, and looks like she's safe after all that. No one was in position to kill her. This is a very team fighty Dragon Knight. This is just going in. Shogun Misa got booted just to get booted back. Dev Zero actually is the next one in danger, getting relatively low. Has to duck back into Shogun Misa's range to not go down. And now we see Warwolf joining the rest, and that will be that Dragon Knight barely scratching the front gate, but just doing a decent amount of damage. Kirkinick getting relatively low, and that will be finished. I thought Tyrande would have taken the kill, but no, Tyrande barely a little bit late on that E. And Shogun Misa takes the kill instead. Also note in terms of quests, we do have Subdue picked up by Joe at level 4, as well as the Hunter-Gatherer from Rexar and Chromies getting near her Heroic in just a couple of levels. But level 7s are through now for the side of Throw-Gun. So hey, they should be able to get this up and rolling soon enough. Oh, Dev Zero barely moving up out of the range of the Tyrande stun. Dicello doing a lot of damage to Pterosaur. Is that Iron Fist? Yeah, it is Iron Fist. We do have a lot of auto attack damage from the side of Throw-Gun. I'm wondering if Stitches was the best choice. Again, I can't even look at these things because there's no heroes profile, there was no map bans. It's really confusing to me. John Lotz gets hit in the head by Dev Zero. Does walk up, ease Mephisto. Mephisto is going to go to sleep, but we're woken up immediately by Dingo. And we do see him backing out. Dicello running straight at Warwolf, mounted bravely, and then just takes out Vala, taking a Gambit stack. And just jumping out of the fray. But I'm just surprised they're able to ride up to basically here, while Stitches is here, Vala was here, and just whoop. This is why I like having my mouse pressing, because I'm like, oh, I can point at things. Like this minion Dave. Dave is dead. But we do see Siege Camp being taken by Dev Zero Pterosaur. We can see the bottom Bruiser Camp being taken. It's going to go quite aggressive into the towers, as per. Dev Zero stepping up, taking a decent amount of damage. Dicello's considering doing what they did to Vala, but doesn't do so this time. There we go. There's a blind from Pentamachina. Dev Zero is caught. Nice time stop right under the gate. And Chromie does have her Heroic now. She has that Temporal Loop, however. Which may be a bold choice, considering Dicello will be able to get Cleanse at 16. I don't know if they will grab the Cleanse at 16. Not many people do, but it'd be a very good choice into Chromie with that loop. Nice Blessed Shield by Joe. Dev Zero will go down, stun hitting Dingo as well. Dingo and Warwolf getting relatively low. But no, instead of... Oh, no, we see Zul grabbing mid. They do not grab mid in time. Misha gets the objective over. Hook trying to find someone. However, it's barely shy of Dicello. Right, we see everyone pushing in. Oh, there's an unstop popped because Joe does not want to sleep. Dicello is just going to fearlessly hit that building while the minions and co tank it, sorry, but nothing there. I'm interested why Chromie didn't use her temporal loop when there's that kind of fight going on down here. I would have imagined we saw it. Meanwhile, we do see Rexar being rotated up on. There's a blind coming out. There is Kid Canuck going down. Thank God they're not animal husbandry, because that would be a good reset right there. Oh, Dev Zero, you're a little bit higher than your tank. Actually, all the damage is higher than Dingo. Dingo goes for a hook, doesn't quite find anything. Even if they did, that was an unstopped pop by Joe. But we do see all heroics are up now, so I'm going to have a chat about them real quick. We do have it consume souls on the Mephisto, poison over... Oh, my throat. Poison over on Zul. Starfall Tyrande. Sorry, I was having a drink. Blessed Shield Joanna and Seven-Sided Strike by Karazim. Me on the other side, we have Gorge Stitches, which, lo and behold, which is a good counter to Mephisto. Ooh, we see our hoots down below. We see a lot of it actually coming out, but not a lot of focus from the side of lowered expectations. Which, yeah, I understand it's your name, but I hope that we still get a good one. But it's still pretty close all in all. We do see that it is even structures. We see the fights coming out. There's 7-side strike. Dingo's caught right in the middle of it. Nice sleepy root. Actually cancels consumed souls of Shogun Misa. And that's a full cancel of souls from Shogun Misa. That is huge. Right, the other things to note is we have Reign of Vengeance Vala, we have Twilight Dream on the Malfurion, Unleash the Boars Rexar, and Time Loop Chromie. Temporal Loop Chromie. Shogun Misa is actually getting really aggressive still with this. And what Stitches essentially needs to do is save Gorge until Shogun Misa goes in. Gorge Shogun Misa partway through, and then take him back, because it will actually mean Shogun Misa doesn't get to return to their... Nice hook! I'd say it doesn't mean they return to their clone. Speaking of which, we do see Dingo is stuck in between a rock and a hard place. They get rooted, they get time stopped. They're just taking all the damage. Poison overused them, and we do see they're going to go down eventually. But the kitchen sink was thrown at them to take them down. But that looks like, because Rexar's not getting on top in time, that's just going to be Dragonite going over to the side of Throw-Gun. Sorry, my TH is a horrible Throw-Gun. There we go. We see a nice aggressive camp take down below. And I'm going to close this, as well as we see Joanno's actually in the DK. And they're going to just give Malfurion the boot. Oh, the backflip has been time stopped. Chromie did save him a little bit there, but we do see the backflip getting relatively low. 7-siding strike in, but nope, too many people in that circle. Not too much is going to happen. And we see that it is Misha going to go down. Dingo walks up. They really want John. They decide maybe not John. Backing out again. Yep, Dingo does gorge the Mephisto. Mephisto now in it between a rock and a hard place. They're actually going to go back to their clone. They don't have too long until that happens. Temporal loop, maybe not necessary, but confirm the kill at least. If they try to escape, you've still got another, nah, get back over here, mate. You're not getting that easily. But no, that will be all she wrote for Mephisto there. And that was actually a good objective phase for the side of Throw-Gun. Because of a bottom camp, they managed to get the bottom fort, as well as they got mid fort with the Dragon Knight. Which, that's more than you could ask. That's a lot you're asking from there, but it's an excellently played objective phase. Actually, Dragon Knight phase, I should say there. Because I would consider objective phases when these two shrines are up and active, and everyone's just running back and forth, trying to make sure the other team doesn't get it, or they get it themselves. One of the two, either way. But we can see now there is a little bit of level disparity between the two. Level 15 in favor of Throw-Gun. But keep in mind, Stitches has fishing hook now. That can... I find that extra bit of range helps so much with Dingo. Well, I say Dingo, but Stitch's pick potential in general. Just that extra range is so much. We see, oh, fast forward Chromie. I do think that maybe a little bit counter synergistic with Dingo, just because that's the taking one. Oh, Chromie's dead. Just a little bit too much damage on top of Chromie there. 7-sided. Blessed Shield hold in place, and we had the Consume Soul. Speaking of which, we also see Malfurion go down. Dingo gorges. No, do not go back in, Werewolf. Because Dingo is pretty much considered dead at this point. Yep, we do see him taking a lot of damage. You see him moving, trying to, like, little spasms trying to move, and that will be his body just going. And now Zor's ready to use Poison Over. Nice. We're going to get some heavy siege bottom. Shrine's not up yet, so you may as well push what you can. Chromie's only just coming up now. We see the owl flying up, doesn't quite find for Warwolf. But no, we see they're now going to heavily push into building. They're wanting to press this advantage as much as they can. Chromie getting off a decent amount of damage, hitting everyone, but no, they back out in the end. They got building relatively low, but yeah, they could not stick around any longer because the whole side of lowered expectations are now here to defend and fight. We see them back off. Rexar, B-Line's top, and it looks like Zul will be making his way back up here as well. There's a weird sound I heard. What was that sound? I don't know. Either way. We do see camps being taken. I do like that it's coming out now, because this will actually help a lot with dealing with Rexar top. Honestly, Kid Canuck just needs to come up here and fight for backflip. Because what build is Kid? Oh, Misha build. I don't know if they will do very well into Zulvian. That's hard to say. I know the build can work out. It's just sometimes some heroes it struggles a bit more than others, and this one I'm not sure how it does into Zul. Meanwhile, we can see Vala goes down bottom. That is, once again, Kerosene getting aggressive, taking him out. We see Dingo is in danger. We do see a nice stun onto him. Dingo tries to cancel the Consume Souls, but doesn't, and will just go down. Meanwhile, Pterosaur did have 7-sided strike on top of him, but the damage wasn't quite there to finish him off. It did a lot, but couldn't finish them. A lot of damage coming out onto Misha here. Misha just backing up. Oh, Dicello is here. Oh, it looks like everyone is here. I don't know if Kid Canuck wants to be here, however, anymore. They do want to be here. Excellent. Nice stun by Misha. We see Penta is going to get hit by Nova's Dragon Knight now over to the side of Throgun. Throgun, sorry. I'm going to... Better. And we can see now we are rotating down. Man, my throat is like weird today. A nice blind coming out. It's actually Mephisto and the Dragon Knight. It's probably figured out. A large amount of their kill, well, damage pressure is in the DK. Realistically, you want the Bruiser in the end of this situation, but you could just still end here depending on how this goes. Nice double stun by Tyrande. We see a lot of damage being pumped out. Zul is ready to use Poison Over. And I just saw him. Let that happen. Nice Poison Over coming out. We do see Dingo actually will get the Gorge off just after the backflip. We see the Temporal Loop coming out, and that will be the Zul down. John Lott's taking a lot of damage. Meanwhile, Dingo falls a little bit short with a hook. Couldn't quite find anyone. Mephisto is stuck in the root, but still manages to take out the Rexar. Warwolf is trying to survive Penta Machine. Meanwhile, Shogun Misa is trying to survive the rest of the team. John Lotz is keeping them alive as well as they can. We see if we can see Soul coming out. And nice cancel. And that's full cooldown on Shogun Misa's heroic. Joanna goes down bottom. Shogun Misa still stuck in between the rock and the hard place. Meanwhile, John Lotz is now going to be trying to back up. They do get hit with a slam. They don't hit the stun. And Warwolf will take them out. And that fight will be relatively close, but it won't quite go. It won't finish yet. They lowered expectations, did take the fight pre-throw gun getting 20s. And I wonder how different that fight may have been if it was either Zul or Joe in the Dragon Knight as opposed to Mephisto. Because you're missing a large amount of your damage there. Because if we have a look at stats... Yeah, look at Mephisto's seat. Like, look at Mephisto's hero damage. It is miles above everyone else. But it is very much a comp where it is protect the assassin, do what you want. You have double support. I guess technically Karazim is kind of assassin. And you just gotta try to do what you can. Meanwhile, do you see both people up here? Oh, they get the hook on the I was gonna say they get the hook onto the siege camp and kills it. Meanwhile, we see Zilverton Rock Hardways. Warwolf is hitting Dicello, but meanwhile, backflip, dropping that poison over, healing as much as they can. I believe they are that Curse Strikes build. Yes, they are. So, fortunately, they didn't get too much healing off there, but they still got a little bit more than maybe a lot of expectations would have been comfortable with. Right. We're pushing in now. Shogun Misa taking a decent amount of damage. Penta Machine is stepping up. Nice hook by Dingo. And they'll be Tyrande asleep, not quite able to heal in this a little bit. But we see Malfurious going down first. And once again, Shogun Misa's ult, I think, was cancelled. Kicking relatively low. Dicello wanting it, but they're going in deep for it. And they are taken down in the end by Vala. Is this a comeback for lowered expectations, I wonder? Because now what the whole game, essentially, they were struggling. They're now in a good position to actually move forward. Wolf is going to get hit by John Lotz, and I'm actually going to look at that Storm Talents, because it feels like, yep, we do indeed have that Farflight Quiver on Warwolf. So they can just sit back here pretty safely. John Lotz can't do too much to stop them, which is unfortunate. But we do also see that Stitches is going mid. Chromie has stepped on top just now. Dingo, just kill it. There we go. Dingo just killed it. And again, we're in a position where I don't know if maybe Dingo's a great choice here. But they're at least the most likely to survive if they go down alone. And keep in mind just how long that took. We see Joanna and we see, what, 3 out of 4 people? Okay, someone very aggressive with the pings. Like, they're like, dang, just G-click, 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 G-click. Let's see what they can get with this Dragon Knight. Once again, we're seeing a very hesitant Dragon Knight by the side of lowered expectations. It was the same first time around now, this time as well. But no, it is a 17-minute Dragon Knight. Get for a decent amount, but I do know that it isn't necessarily the strongest one. We see Shogun and Misa getting good hit. Oh, Joe was nearly down. Dragon Knight is going to go down before it can really do too much else. I think it barely got a gate. That's about it. Dingo isn't going to try to find a hook. And we see Chromie going down after Misha does. Dingo now stuck between a rock and a hard place. Fortunately, they're able to get Died Cello's center side strikes for too long, but they will still get taken down anyway. And actually, what is this? Okay, just more damage. It's not percent. Okay, cool. And we can see actually more damage on Karazim as well as they did go that Wave 100 Fists. Yeah. At level 16, which does a lot. We can see now they're taking the siege camp. And honestly, if they get another pick here, that could be all she wrote for this game. Nice root by Pterosaur. I wonder... Oh no, Joe doesn't have Blessed Shield up. No wonder why she couldn't. I was like, oh, why didn't Joe use Blessed Shield there? They're in range. Yeah, because his cooldown's Lime, you idiot. That's how they work. But right, we can see them rotating down now. Stepping up, nice stun onto Misha. Misha gets slapped in the butt a little, but no, honestly, the bear is fine. It has 15 armor, it's going to be relatively healthy for a decent amount of hits now. Especially with that increased reach. Man, I love Hunter-Gatherer on Rexar. Rexar is actually one of my favorite bruisers to play, which is weird considering I don't play them often anymore, but they're still one of my favorite to play. Especially when you get onto Dragonshire or Braxis, I like that, and if people ban it, I play Samurai, which was banned from me in NGS, which I have played 3 maps this season. And they didn't want me to play Samurai. I played Samurai once, and they're like, cool, never again. Banned out Samurai. Feels bad, I just die on the inside. Because we're like, oh yep, we'll go into a big map next, let's get rid of that. But no, not allowed. We can see this cap is going down now. However, nice hook by Dingo. Does gorge immediately. Karazim is chasing him. We do see that there is a lot of interesting stuff coming out. That time stop actually hold too long. And we should see Shogun Misa going down first. Then we have Joanna going down. Nice. However, Poison Nova by the Zul. Zul is now going to get into the meat of things. Get that cleave off. Dingo, Wolf, and Dev Zero actually getting relatively low. And this is where the backflip wants kind of to be. Not quite like that, but they do. Dicello taking a lot of damage. There'll be Dicello going down. The last little healing burst can save him. And once again, we see that it is Tyrande, the lone survivor. But yep, Rexar is making the right play. They do need to defend this. They need someone to run top and grab this. And I imagine we're going to see Stitches in the Dragon Knight again. Which I don't know if it's a correct choice, but it is the choice that they made last time. Why are there such aggressive pings? Like, who is concerned about this area? I guess whoever won the series is the ones who are doing the aggressive pings. So I'm very confused by that and would like to know as soon as it happens. Like, oh, who's aggressive pinging so much? And now we see Dragon Knight is walking up to building now. We can see Pterosaur and Warwolf have already started opening it up. John Lotz is going to slow things down as much as it can. It looks like they have done so enough because lowered expectations are here now. Rexar, however, well, actually I should say, Throw Gun has respawned, but it looks like Mephisto goes down first. Quest complete by Vala, as she actually gets her full 250 stacks, I believe. She does indeed. Dragon Knight is going to get 7-sided. It's going to take a decent amount of damage, going down relatively quick. It barely just got through shield. But with how late everyone is, I don't know if this is a reasonable thing to, like, say that this is a GG. Because you see Dingo is stunned, Rexar stunned as well. That is actually Dingo going down, and this is kind of like a dying gasp of lowered expectations almost, because they're doing a lot under tower, but in saying that, Penta Machina, Dicello relatively low, Chromie getting those cleaves off the whole time. Dicello trying to take out Pterosaur. Spell armor popped on Dicello, but will get taken down by Warwolf. Penta Machina is having to back out, the backflip is in danger as well. You can see now that they're going to be pinged. 1 swipe, 2 swipe, red swipe, dead swipe, and that is a 3-man kill. a 4-man kill, but will these 3 be able to defend, essentially? And once again, we have Tyrande, the lone survivor. Nice double stun. Oh my god, is Tyrande going to clutch? Tyrande clutch, Tyrande clutch. We see Shogun Misa is back up. Consume souls. They get 1 kill. Oh my god. Warwolf tries to go in. Nope, that's another kill. 10% left. If Chromie kept hitting it, I wonder if that would have been the end. But now, no. We see DevZero is getting chased out. And that 10% of that core may be heartbreaking for lowered expectations. Oh no, that's exactly what you don't want to see. Oh no. I feel like I need to sit up again more. I'm slouching too much. I don't know, with this microphone at some points. But we can see Chromie does manage to back to safety. Shogun Misa was actually very close to taking them down. Don't know if that was quite was intended by Shogun, but it happened. But we see Dragon Knight shrines are, or DK shrines are activating in 20-ish seconds. And both teams are basically at this next Dragon Knight will win. Oh, that's so heartbreaking to see. It looks like DevZero and Dingo are going to get rotated on. Just shield, just shield, just shield. Nice time stop by Chromie. We can see the team is just going to try to decide to take out that camp. But both teams are up, so we're very much into, there's going to be a big fight coming up soon. And I think Dingo's looking for a hook. Which, do it. Throw one. Get one. Do it. Need it. Have it. Get him. Yes. Nice owl by Tyrande hitting Dingo in the butt. And we see Zul is rooted. That's a nice Twilight Dream, but however, Poison Nova is even better. We can see that's 1-2 kill to 3 kill. And that is a little bit too much damage for the side of lowered expectations. Throgun is going to have all 5 members at core. Excellent Poison Nova and excellent Consume Souls. It was just a little bit too much there. GG call by both sides. Stitches had indigestion. And what was pooped out was damage. And that is the first game of the series going over to the side of Throgun. GG call by both sides. The backflip does not know how to type in all chat. Which kind of reveals what I think was happening. So they definitely won back 1. Let's have a look at our game summary screen, shall we? Vala and Mephisto both did an incredible amount of siege and hero damage, but I know Vala was picking up the offlane a little bit. And, well, at the level 20, Mephisto went Mimic. So that secondary Lightning Ring, Lightning Nova, that just does AoE damage and actually does a decent amount for siege. It's like taking out minion waves as well as taking down buildings. Other things to note, we do have a lot of healing by Malfurion, and while Tyrande did 89k healing as well, Tyrande did amazing. Look at that damage. And actually Tyrande was the reason that Throgun were able to take that first map of the series, because they did manage to hold off the 3 members left of lowered expectations on core long enough, because they hit that stun. They managed to hit Owl just to intimidate that. Well, we saw it was enough time for someone else to come back and, Mephisto to come back and defend in time. Which that was unfortunate for lowered expectations, but you know now, like, oh yeah, that happened last time. If we're just a little bit more aggressive here, we can get it. Other things to note, Soak Rek'Sai had a bit more than Zul, but they both were pretty even across the board. In terms of talents, let's have a look. Anything that stands out. It's Misha build. I know I say that, but I know I'm biased toward the Q auto attack build on Rek'Sai. But if it works for someone, it works for someone. I ain't going to judge too much. I do like Tyrande goes this trait build. I love trait build on Tyrande. Especially when you have something big like Stitches and Misha to hit constantly. You get those resets, you can get your trait back, you just keep shooting, and that extra 4% you do per auto attack when you're auto attacking a traded hero is a lot. Unfortunately, Joe didn't quite finish Subdue, but it happens. Right, let's throw on over to the map view and see what our next map is, shall we? Oh, what are we gonna get? My game is taking its start. Some Fatal Shrines. I've accidentally opened Dragonshire again. Infernal Shrines. You're gonna have to ignore what's about to happen, because wrong replay. Also, there's a lot of orange between these two maps. Sorry, give me a moment. I am back. Sorry about that. But yes, we do have a lot of orange in this one. Infernal Shrines, if you have watched me for a little bit, you know I have a love-hate relationship with this map. I love playing it. I really do. But, God, I've casted it a lot. It definitely felt like it slowed down as it got later into the season, because some teams are like, okay, they're better than us, let's just ban it out. But some teams are definitely like, no, we ride or die this map. And this may be one of the maps where it happens, because let's swap into the game, shall we? So, starting with the side of Throw Gun, we have the back foot once again on the Zul, Pentamachina, Lucio, Diacello on the Rhaegar. They really love double support. John Lotz on the Zul Jin, and Shogun Misa on Zarya. What the? I imagine we're going to see Bloodlust from Diacello, but we'll have to see where that goes. On the other side, we have Kid Canuck once again on the Rexar, Dingo on the Varian, Warwolf, Mephisto, Pterosaur, Anduin, and Dev Zero on the Tychus. Which gonna be a little bit harder to do, considering you have a lot of... There's a lot of protection here on the side. So I imagine we're going to see a Zul tank. It's a bit hard to say now. And actually Diacello maybe the off lane, which I don't hate. Pentamachina barely holding on, but we do see that there is a lot of sustain for the side of for Throgun. They have Azaria bubble for the burst protection. They have Rhaegar for a little bit of burst protection damage, I think. Yeah, we do see Lightning Shield build on Rhaegar, which I do really like. I do love Lightning Shield build a lot. And we do also see Zul's Boner. They have a lot of protection in general. Also should note, Lucio has gone Party Mix. We do also see the Stormcaller and Yuan Axe, which I don't know how much value Stormcaller will get, considering you don't really have a comp that goes in too hard besides Mephisto, but we have to see. What is Zarya? Never mind, Zarya is going to be like that melee build, so I imagine we're going to see the personal shield is stronger at level 4, but we'll have to wait and see if that. I think on the other side we do have Mephisto stacking the Skull Missiles, and they're already at 15 stacks of unyielding power, which is a decent amount to say the least. We see they're now planning on getting aggressive. Dingo spots him, does go in a little, but no, it looks like they are still wanting their main target. Diacello is getting aggressive in there. They don't actually have the heal on their on their W yet, so it's not going to be the easiest to perceive anything. Dingo trying their best to hold on. Diacello hit with a grenade in the butt, but no, that is going to be an aggressive play from the side of Throgun. That's going to be them taking those two camps relatively quickly. I imagine we're going to see, if we get there, that it's Shattering Throw at level 13. Yep, I am the strongest. There we go. Zarya, Personal Barrier, absorbs more damage and gives 20% more energy for absorbing said damage. Which, yeah, I thought that was going to be the case just because, like, they don't have a true front line, so it's going to be a Zarya front line. We also see Lucio is going Subwoofer, which I do like. Meanwhile, we do have Rexar going the same build, Grenade build Tychus, W, Taunt now from Variant, but I don't know how well Taunt will go into this much protection and sustain, because what? Oh, like, let's say, Shogun Misa gets hit with Taunt. Diacello has their Q and their W to heal, and to protect at level 13, I'd imagine we're going to see a Lightning Shield upgrade. We do have Lucio with their Speed Barrier. We may even see High Five, which kind of invalidates Taunt in general, but it's going to be a hard matchup for Throgun. So what Dingo is going to need to do here is they're going to need to run at someone, like charge them. Don't use your Taunt. Bait out the High Five. Taunt once the Unstop is over. If Lucio goes High Five, that is. We see Wolf taking a little bit, doing a little bit of damage, taking a little bit. But no, we're already halfway there for throw a gun on the thing. We see a nice taunt coming out, back foot popping bone armor. We see Zarya in danger, pops that personal shield, so in a little bit less danger. And you can see the sustains keeping Shogun Misa and Peter Machine up relatively well. John Lott's taking a decent amount of damage, but actually getting stacked quite quickly. Quest complete from Lucio. The back flip holding on. Those cleaves can only do so much. They don't quite have that healing until level 7. So they will go down. Meanwhile, Dingo and Dev Zero getting relatively low. Wolf trying their best to hold on as well. Frozen Punisher is found by Thorogun. And that may be a jump onto someone very soon. And they may go down if they get caught out. Especially if either Warwolf or Dingo. Neither of these guys are great options. Stop grouping. Okay, just Dingo. That's fine because he's been healed now. Warwolf doing a little bit of damage as well. I feel like my game just lagged a little bit there, weirdly enough. Building gets frozen. We can see Punisher is trying its best to get through things. Jumps on top of a Varian once again, whose Varian's like, come on, man. There's like a bunch of others around. But no, Varian won't go down at least. They'll just get a little bit brutalized by the Punisher. But that will go down instead. I'm going to check something real quick. Something feels off. So I'm just checking things. Bear with me. If it's nothing in particular, it's mainly OBS and Heroes of Storm. Oh no, I'm just getting... like there. Weird. Maybe I'll close something during... There's something open that I don't know about. I'll have to figure it out in a break. But we do see Pinvashina run down. Dingo taking a lot of damage. Tyrannosaur as well. Nice taunt coming out onto the backflip. The backflip, however, ultimately fine. Beginning those heal cleaves. Also, we see Lucio takes down Anduin bottom. You want to see Warwolf going in. Dingo getting relatively low, stepping up. But no, there'll be that little fight down as they did lose Anduin. They don't really want to do too much else without their healer. Especially when, well... Thorogun are sustaining through a lot already as it is, and if you don't have your own, how are you going to really compete with that? How is John Lotz doing? 16, you want axe stacks. He's getting up there. The Deflect on Varian is doing work. You probably won't need to pick up the Protect if you're Varian, just purely because, well, most of the team is auto attacks. All the team are auto attacks. So that's why I think we're going to see Bloodlust. I really want to see Bloodlust. Really want to see Bloodlust. We see Warwolf going relatively low, but Shogun Misa also. We see Graviton. Sound Barrier Lucio for burst protection, but then we see the Graviton coming out. Shogun Misa's actually healing so much off those auto attacks. Dingo pushed back in. Dingo out of mana, but no one's following up on Lucio. Pentamachina may be like, come on guys, just hit the guy. No. That is going to be that. They are going to run out of Bloodlust, but they're still wanting this building. Shogun Misa actually gets hit with a decent grenade, getting relatively low. Diacello is going to be one tanking the fort now. And that will be that fort down. Nice done by Kid Canuck. But they don't really want to be here too long because the rest of the team of Mod Expectations rotating up. We do now see Dev Zero getting relatively low. Lucio trying to slow people down, see what they can do. Misha is going back with him. We can see here those dunk, dunk, dunk of the Zuljin hitting someone. But no, that's the next fort going to go down. And once again, we see Misha getting hit this time. Barely holding on. Misha went down to like a sliver of health, but no, will hold on thanks to the E from Kid Canuck as well as Pterosaur's little bit of extra healing they provide as well. I say a little bit extra, a lot of extra healing they provide as well. But now 10s for both teams. Oh, Dingo's barely outside the Graviton, unfortunate for them. And then we do see Protect for Boars coming out, getting a good slow onto everyone. Durance of Hate's not quite finding anyone, but no, we do see backflip in the middle of everything. Barely holding on. They ran out of mana, however, that's an issue. Pentamachina drops the beat, maybe a little bit too late, but we do see that is Tychus and Mephisto being taken down. Anduin was just did happen to get trade on to Zul at the beginning there. Also, I realized it's just a lot of Diablo characters in this game. No, there's 2, never mind. Is there more Warcraft? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Warcraft, 5 Warcraft. Yeah, 2 Overwatch. Yeah. I wonder how many people who play this game now. Oh my god, that was a bent gun. Who play this game now started playing because Overwatch had that event where if you played X amount of games, you got like certain skins. I think there's some Genji skin and a Diva skin. I think I remember starting that. Didn't want to touch the game for a while, and then ended up playing the game because of it. And now I've really just enjoyed. I enjoy this game far more than Overwatch. That's a fact. But no, we can see Wolf gets pushed in. Wolf is going to go for point blank endurance. Hits a nice 4-man, but not too much else. Penta Machina is going to back up. And I'm honestly still surprised Penta Machina is not the high 5, but I guess you already have Purge from Rhaegar, so it doesn't matter all that much. Right, we can see 13 is a level advantage now for throw guns. Talent advantage for throw gun. 13's over the 11's. Just opening this up so we can see what else is happening here, because I didn't mention Light Bomb, Unleash Your Boars, or Commandeer Odin. Nice 3-man grab. There's going to be a decent amount of damage coming out into them. Bloodlust, I believe, was popped as well. It will wear off now. There comes Unleash Your Boars. And actually, Lucio's going to go down, trading out for the Misha. Not the best trade in the world, I'm going to be honest. But not the worst. Meanwhile, we see Zul is just pushing top alone. There are these 2 Impaler camps pushing into the middle fort, doing a decent amount there. But no, the team steps up to stop its push, which, thank God, that was going to be a problem otherwise. And now we can see that the side of Throgun are going to be making their way to the Bruiser camp. I like the pick of more... Honestly, either Mortal Strike or Shattering Throw here was going to be good from Varian. But the Mortal Strike will do a lot to stop all the healing that's coming in from both Rhaegar and Lucio. But here's where I think Shattering Throw would be better. Because what? You have Zarya Bubbles. Shattering Throw breaks that. You have Rhaegar's Lightning Shield. Well, I think that's what they call this. Earth Shield at level 13, which now gives a 14% shield. As well as Beat Drop Lucio and Bone Armor Zul, all of these giving armor. So yeah, I think healing reduction is important. It would have almost been better to go that Shattering Throw. It's a closer to guaranteed kill, but we can see all 5 members are halving down bottom. Is it going to be a bit late, however, as they're hitting this building? I imagine if they see too much danger, Bloodlust may be popped. Nope, they're going to start backing out. I do like that. Back foot peeling off from the rest of everyone else. Honestly, with that positioning, like, if you're low expectations, you may want to chase up here if you were going to take that fight instead of up top, because, well, Zul forced themselves alone for no reason. But at this point, we do see him second as a 5. Lucio going to reveal himself way earlier than everyone else. Light Bomb coming out from Terrasaur. And that is a grab hitting just Kid Kennock. Kid Kennock will be holding on. And Lucio gets traded out for Misha once again. Lucio really likes taking all the damage and dying, doesn't he? Which, you know what? When I play Lucio, I do the exact same thing. So I can't judge. That's purely how Lucio works, baby. At least how I play him. I don't necessarily play him well. It's fun, at least. And this is definitely a better Lucio. Yeah, it's probably a better Lucio than me. But I also don't play much Lucio, so... Shogun Misa taking a decent amount of damage. They do see that barrier shatter. They're going to try hold on. Too much around them. Cello Joel Knott's going, you know what? No. Don't think I will stay there, actually. And that is the Zarya going down. Right. Cello dropping the totem. I'll have to double check what that totem is in a few moments. Oh. It looks like someone accidentally left the game and has rejoined. Kid Kennock has rejoined. Let's have a look at talents because I want to check something. Yeah, it is full Lightning Shield build, and they did go that grounded totem at level 7. Okay, guys, seriously, jeez. If we're going to get constant aggressive pings, I am just... Can I mute someone? No, I can't mute pings, never mind. But level 16s are now through for both teams. We're at an even talent tier, and now we're going to have this objective up. And, well, a very aggressive rotation from the side of Throgun. Well, maybe not too aggressive yet because they're holding off coming in. There we go. Shungo Misa is going to be waiting in first. There's the barrier. Not too much damage coming out of them. Nice. We do see Poison Over was cancelled. Nice Gravo. But no, we do see Dingo's pulled out. Kid Kennock being hit with that second pull. Misha goes down first. This time Lucio doesn't trade out for them. Div 0, however, now in an awkward spot. Penta Machina slowing him down. Div 0 getting relative low. Meanwhile, we see Rhaegar chasing Mephisto over to the right. But we see Varian going down. Div 0 trying to hold on. Misha goes down. Rixa goes down. Mephisto goes down. Lucio goes down. And it is the Tigers to end it. And honestly, you could end. If you're Throgun, you just end. Here. You're here? You want to be here. Or here. Grab this. Grab the Boy King. Grab my favorite Holiday's husband. No, but we can see Court is going down now. It looks like that Throgun, despite taking a little bit, did finally choose to end. One last light bomb coming out, one last root coming out. GG's called by both sides, and that'll be the game and the series going over to the side of Throgun. GG's called by both sides. Right, let's have a look at the game summary screen. I nearly clicked the wrong screen. This is the right screen. Stats. There we go. So, that triple support was hard to deal with for lowered expectations. I just didn't quite have the right damage structure to get through it. Like, yeah, sure, Mephisto and Tigers do a lot, but there was just so much protection from the side of Throgun. Maybe you could have done something more tricky with like kind of a heavy front line as well. But Mephisto is usually a very good one for it. Just there's a little bit too much damage coming out for the rest of the team to hold on. Which I did like how they did, but I wonder if maybe you pick up a Gul'dan into it. Gul'dan could do really well into this, or something a little more Anna instead of Anduin is also a good option, but of course you have Bloodlust running you down, so that's also a bit hard to, and Lucio running you down, so it's also a bit hard to do. So yeah, it's a bit kind of what woulda, shoulda, coulda, but it's too hard to tell, because even here, as in like a third party just watching it, what do you do into that? They chose some of the right things, we didn't choose all of them, but right. In terms of stats, Mephisto and Zul are actually very close to each other. Rek'Sai couldn't quite get away with too much that game. We can see that it did show off, but I believe Rek'Sai did take a decent amount of camp, so take that for what you will. Hero damage, Zul'jin and Mephisto very close as well. Just a 4k difference. And the healing, all the healing from the side of Throgun just happened to equal like roughly 110k compared to the 50k Anduin was barely able to do. But yeah, I can't say too much more about that just because there was a triple support, double healer, single support facing off against a single healer. Anduin could have almost gotten away with Holy Word Salvation this game. Is a weird thing. Because there's what? Lucio Boop is an interrupt? That's about it. Because I don't think Grav interrupts. I think Expulsion Zone does, but I don't think Grav does. Either way. Looking at talents, I do like the build Vander trying to go, but not really burst protection you need that sustain, but that can get lots more sustaining with Speed of Pious. I do like Mephisto. I do like all these builds, just this is such a hard comp for lowered expectations to deal with, which happens, unfortunately. So let's go over to map view, have a quick look. As well as I'm going to have a look at what is yet to be cast. So we do see it was a 2-0. First map of Dragonshire. A very long map. Actually could have gone either way at the end, and unfortunately for lowered expectations, didn't quite cross the line, so to speak. 10% left on the opposition core by the time they went down, and then it was just a good old reverse by Throgun to take map 1. Meanwhile, map 2, it definitely seemed it was Throgun's map, just because lowered expectations couldn't really deal with it. That's the thing, like, lowered expectations didn't know how to deal with this triple support, and I wouldn't know how to either, to be fair. So I'm not going to hold that against them, just because I'd be like, what the am I looking at? So, yeah. What I'm going to do for now is I'm going to put myself in break, get more water, just refresh myself. I'm going to also just post to the team that, hey, by the way, I'm going to be casting a match in a few moments because I think I will do a little A East game. But we'll see where that goes. So I'll be back with you guys as soon as I am ready. Catch you all in a bit.